Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show. And today I want to discuss Kena Bridge of Spirits because I've recently just finished the game, and man, that was quite an experience. So let's break it down. And I just want to say real quick that all footage presented is just from the first third of the game. So Kena Bridge of Spirits is a game developed by a studio called Ember Lab. They're indie, and the story itself, you play as Kena, and essentially she's a spirit guide who leads the deceased from the physical world into the spirit world. Now, Kena herself, in a lot of ways, kind of reminds me of Jack from Jack and Dexter. The reason why I say that is because she's very quiet. She does speak, but she seems to be very poised. Like, she holds back a lot. She doesn't really have much to say, but when she does speak, it's for purpose. Obviously, a lot of people like for the protagonist that they play as to speak a lot, to give us her personality, but I think that what her job is gives her plenty of personality. Like, she's doing something very important that potentially helps to rid the world of the corruption that is on it. Keena's character kind of reminds me of a scene in X-Men Days of Future Past. I know it's kind of strange, but hear me out. The part in that film where Professor Xavier is telling himself essentially like you have to bear their pain without breaking. And Kana's character really exudes that these people who are deceased, they are dealing with something, and that's why they're stuck where they are. They haven't been able to make the transition into the spirit realm, and she essentially has to solve their problems and heal their pain. And by doing this, I'm sure that it does have a taxing feeling on her herself, but she stays so poised in doing all this. So while I wish she was a little bit more talkative in order to show off her character a little bit more, I think that this does enough for me to get behind her character overall. Another way that she genuinely reminds me of Jack is essentially when she jumps. So when she jumps in the air, it's like this floaty like jump, and it definitely gives me Jack vibes. But also when she double jumps, she does like this spin. It's a very simple spin. It reminds me of Jack when he does the jump. He does a double jump, but then you can hit circle to spin, and like he does a full spin. And while it's slightly different, it definitely gives off that vibe to me. Gameplay, it's a mix of many aspects. You know, you'll be fighting, there's platforming, exploring, solving puzzles. All of it is done really well. I enjoy the way the game plays. The battle system, you have your blocking, your parrying, your attacks, your light attack, your strong attacks. And a good aspect that they add to this game that's different from a lot of other games is the fact that you use your little munchkin characters, they're called Rot, to assist in attacking the enemies. And they are truly helpful in scoring some serious damage and overall helping to put away these corrupted characters that you will be fighting. As the game progresses, you'll definitely unlock new mechanics. Either you unlock them through combat by finding more rot characters that assist you on your journey. The more you find, the better asset they become. And then also, as you go through the game, you'll be able to unlock new battle mechanics. And overall, it really does flush out the battle system in general when it comes to Kana. So when you first start playing the game, don't think, oh man, this is it, because it definitely isn't. There's a lot more to unlock. And honestly, I really enjoyed the options that I had once I had them all. Now, a lot of these review sites have been comparing the game to like a PS2 game, and honestly, I do see where they're coming from. The game definitely gives me old school 3D platformer vibes from the PS2 era, no doubt. But I think a big reason why they're comparing it to games of the past, or like the past in general when it comes to PS2, is because this game is hard as hell. It is definitely a challenging game when you get to boss fights. They will test your limit. Oh my god. I will talk about my story a little bit at the end of the video, but damn, I was very much challenged, and there was some rage there for sure. I think that a lot of these review sites, the people that play these games, they get Vietnam flashbacks whenever they're challenged by a game that really will test your limit. They definitely don't seem to like that these days. So definitely I seen some negative things in regards to that, but in my opinion, Kana brings back the PS2 3D platformer type vibe in a great way. The puzzle solving for me definitely wasn't that bad. I kind of got the idea of how the puzzle solving in the game was after a few go arounds. There are definitely some puzzles that are quite challenging, no doubt, but between the combat and the puzzle solving, I honestly had a better go around with the puzzle solving. And I think that this aspect of the game is also very good, especially if you're really into that. I know some people don't like puzzles very much, but man, it does make things kind of interesting. You earn little things as you're going on in the game, and I don't mind that at all. It's definitely a good amount of things in the game to collect, from collecting more rot characters to collecting like shards, which is the currency to buy like hats for your little rot characters to customize them. And they had a lot of cute things. My favorite hat, honestly, was the pancakes with the syrup and butter on top. Definitely made my rot characters look like grade A gangsters. I definitely encountered some bugs. They weren't game breaking by any means, but there were like a couple of times where I had to reload my save, and thankfully the autosave is really good, so didn't have much of a problem with that. But it's worth noting there are at least some bugs, like a handful that I came across, some worse than others, but some dealing with getting stuck a little bit, fighting your way out. One getting launched into the air. That was pretty crazy. But despite those few bugs, the game itself played very well. The music as well, I enjoyed. It could be very relaxing. It could also be very hyped up when you are fighting the enemies. It has like this Eastern vibe to it. It kind of reminds me of Tugjiri's theme in some some aspects. Music itself, though mostly soothing, does pick up during fight scenes, but very unique in its own soothing sort of way. Now, getting to the voice acting, the quality of voice acting is very good. The voice actors do a very good job. Minor complaint though is that sometimes the voice acting sounds a little bit low, especially with Kana. She doesn't talk very much. When she talks, she has a very soft voice, so sometimes it is a little bit lower than what I would think it should be, but not bad. I could still hear, I could still distinguish what's being said. So overall, voice acting is pretty good. Visuals in this game are beautiful. Ember Lab, for an indie studio, really knocks it out the park. They definitely are really good with animation. Both cutscenes and in game look very nice. It looks like a Pixar movie. A lot of people have said that, yeah, but looks can definitely be deceiving. This game is for more than just children. Honestly, I think this is more for like teenagers and even some adults. But I think this game is something that everybody can find enjoyment out of, despite the way it looks. Now, for performance, the mass majority of the time on the PS5, Kena Bridge of Spirits maintains 60 FPS. There are some areas that have minor frame rate drops, nothing too crazy. I will say though, the final boss, there's definitely some frame rate drops. Nothing too crazy, it was manageable. It wasn't like me playing Fallout 4 fighting the Brotherhood of Steel and the frame rate just being from 10 to 15 frames. Definitely nothing like that, but definitely worth noting. Occasional, very occasional frame rate drops. Gamer age, guys. It's pretty bad. I think we've all experienced it as gamers at some point or another. And oh my god, Kana definitely tested my limit. This game is about like obliterating corruption at its core. This game took all of my patience and corrupted every bit of it, and then corrupted whatever goodwill I had left in my body to remain sane. That is literally how bad my gamer rage for this game was. There's just something about this game, and it's honestly a really good game. But you know, everyone's experience is different, obviously. But there's something about this game that just triggered the fuck out of me when it came to some of these boss fights. And honestly, I have to say, it got me. It got me really good. it got me really fucking good. So props to Ember Lab on that for definitely getting me. But I was playing this game at like 3 in the morning, and I had to stop playing it. I had to stop playing because I was fucking screaming and hollering at 3 in the morning like a maniac, like I wanted to murder someone. So I had to put it off to the next day. So then at like the afternoon the next day, I go back to it, and I'm playing it, and I'm already very quickly pissed off, despite me sleeping off my anger, my bad mood. I'm just automatically pissed off again because oh my god, the final boss is a bitch. And no spoilers, obviously. I'm not gonna spoil the game for anyone, but man, it was so bad. I was like, I was whenever I play games, normally I'm in a PlayStation group chat with some of my really close buddies, and so I'm in there with my boy Side Strike, and he could already tell I'm pissed. You know, it's fairly easily to tell I'm pissed. I'm always pissed, but in particularly with this, you could tell I was extra agitated. So I'm playing the game, things aren't going my way. My homie Axis comes in the party, and I just start screaming. It wasn't intentional, it just happened. I just start screaming like a complete maniac. and and like literally he says hi, and I'm screaming right after he says that, and then automatically he just immediately leaves. You just see Axis has left the party. And then my boy Side Strike is just like, damn, you just made that man leave. And all I could do was just mute my microphone. I like because I couldn't take it. Like I was so bad. So I had to mute my microphone. Eventually I beat it, then I got back on the mic. But damn, that game, I can't remember the last time I got into like a fit of rage like that. Let me know, guys, what was the last game that really enraged you pretty badly? And if it's an interesting story, let me know how badly. But man, that was crazy. But overall, I really do love this game. Would I go back to it? I would, but I definitely wouldn't play on a harder difficulty. I can't deal with it. Like, I don't have the patience. So with this game, and I love action games. Like I love hack and slash games, but I'm garbage at parrying in these games. Like if there is a strict parry system, the chances are I'm going to bomb at it. It just is what it is. I've accepted this reality. Like I play Bayonetta. Given I'm better at parrying in Bayonetta than I am in Kena. Kena is so strict with the parry system. Oh my god, infuriates me just thinking about it. But if you're great at parrying, like that's your thing, you hit it every time, you will probably have an amazing time with Kana, no doubt. But if you're not good at parrying, you're gonna have a hard time like me. That's just the honest truth. So be prepared for that. But man, that's about it for this review. Let me know what you guys think of Kana, if you're interested in getting it, or if you played it, how did you like it? Also, real quick, I want to make mention that I got a microphone, so it's a bit of an upgrade. Nothing too crazy by any means, but prior to this, I was just using my cell phone's mic, and I think a lot of people could tell, obviously. I know you guys were really nice about it, but I could tell myself there's a lot of popping in some of my videos, so definitely an upgrade there. Let me know how it sounds. So, give me your honest opinion on how it sounds. If you can, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And also follow me on Twitter so we can keep up the conversation and all that. Alright, guys, man. With all that being said, I'm out. Peace.